Hello, my name is Anu Omidei with headlines of this week's Christian Weekly News. 5 Christian charities have earlier this week issued a joint statement and call to action over government proposals to register and inspect youth work. CARE, Christian Concern, Evangelical Alliance, Lawyers Christian Fellowship and the Christian Institute together denounced the government's plans to require churches in England to register before they are legally allowed to help children learn Christian values. The joint statement calls them an unjustified restriction on religious liberty and highly intrusive. The statement points out the peace-loving, law-abiding nature of Christians. It states that they represent the best of British values and that to require them to submit to registration and inspection to ensure that they are not encouraging terrorism is profoundly misconceived. It urges the government to drop the proposals and develop a targeted, intelligence-led approach and calls on Christians, churches and affected organisations in England to contact their MPs and urge them to oppose these plans. In other news, over 50 rallies took place last Saturday to support a Romanian family in Norway whose 5 children were all removed by social services because they did not agree with the children's Christian upbringing. The children, aged from 3 months to 9 years, were seized by the National Child Welfare Agency from Marius and Ruth Bodnarius and placed into 3 different homes. Complaints noted by the agency included a concern that their Bible-based parenting style caused stress for the children, which might lead to the girls having an inner conflict about not being good enough when it comes to their parents' values. Part of the reason for the children's removal was also because the parents occasionally used physical punishment, such as spanking, as a disciplinary method. But the children expressed no fear of their parents and doctors found no signs of physical abuse. A judge has now ordered that the youngest child should be returned to his parents. We now bring you a short update on a case we featured weeks ago of Christian student Felix Ngole, who was expelled from Sheffield University for expressing his views on marriage on Facebook. Mr. Ngole lost his appeal to the appeals office earlier this month and is now considering his next step. He is supported by the Christian Legal Centre. Finally for today, there's still time to get your ticket for the film premiere of God's Not Dead 2 on Friday the 22nd of April or for any of the nationwide screen releases that weekend. Here's actor Paul Kuo from the film.
I'm Paul Kuo. I play the role of Martin Yeep in the new movie God's Not Dead 2, where he is an exchange student struggling with his newfound faith, Christianity, and he experiences struggles between him and his family, and as well as a bigger story that hovers around the court case that the main character, Melissa Joan Hart, plays. And stories like this are happening all around the world, and especially here in the UK. So be sure to mark your calendar and watch God's Not Dead 2 in theaters everywhere.
That's all for today. I'm Anu Omidei and you're watching Christian Weekly News.